CPR ain't updated. But I'm sure the officers is, yeah. The other day? Home? You heard it. Did you? Sound like that? Be careful, JJ. Well, we still got Emery on the phone? Oh, no.
Emery's driving in.
Okay. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough for a quorum, and we need one more. I have a quorum, 4. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're making.
Okay.
Ms. Haddon, are you still on? Looking for. Well, I was just trying to confirm if it was still broadcasting on Teams. I can see my light on, but now I can't. Yeah. I think I'm going to share. Got the what?
You still got the feed, Miss?
Yeah,
Are they still
yeah,
with us?
yeah.
Dreams.
All right, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Okay, we're calling this meeting for the Purview Economic Development Corporation to order. Let's do a call to order. Then we have a certification of quorum. We'll have roll call. Hold on. Right after. Okay. Okay. All right, so, okay, I'm here, Emery Davis.
Present.
All right. Sonia Hill. Gigi Souble.
Present.
Vaughn Mosley.
Present.
Barbara Manuel.
Present.
All right. Okay, that certifies a quorum. Let's do our invocation.
Oh, Father God, we thank you for this meeting. Holy Spirit, you are welcome in this place. But, oh God, we just ask that you conduct this meeting the way you want it to be conducted. And, Lord, we bind every adversary in the name of Jesus. God, we just pray for your grace and mercy. We pray for traveling grace. But, Lord, of all, please conduct this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen.
Right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, citizens' comments. I have one card, and all of these are associated with different agenda items, so we'll move on. The first thing we have is a presentation by Sean Vaughn and Dreams Unleashed. Okay, do I need to share my screen? Does she need to share her screen?
Yeah, there she was.
I do.
Yeah,
Okay, let me stop sharing, and then when you share, I will try to get that up on the screen here. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. All right, perfect.
Good. All right. Well, hello to everyone. I am Sean Vaughn. I am the founder of Dreams Unleashed Networks Incorporated. I am pleased to have on the call to my a couple of my board members, my vice president, Bridget Waugh, and Tony Jones, and they will be helping to conduct this presentation. But we are excited to present this to you all, and I thank Mr. Mosley for this opportunity. Tony, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome, awesome. Hello, everyone. Yes, as Sean
Hello.
mentioned, we are definitely glad to be here and definitely glad to be presenting this opportunity to you guys. So we'll just jump right into it. So Dreams Unleashed Networks Incorporated, of course, what is a nonprofit 501c3. So our organization is dedicated to empowering young ladies between the ages of 13 to 22 through leadership development, mentorship, and workforce readiness programs that we have. So the organization was founded by, of course, Sean Vaughn in 2018 and expanded into a nonprofit in 2023. Our focus is to develop confident, emotionally healthy, and career-ready young women and prepare them to lead in their communities. So our mission and our vision for Dreams Unleashed Networks Incorporated is to empower and develop young ladies, as mentioned, holistically for success. And we do this through community service and philanthropy, business and social skills, development, mental health stability, and of course, workforce development. So the vision is really to create a network where young women gain resources that support personal and generational wealth building. So why Prairie View, you ask, right? So for us, young women today are navigating, right? So they're navigating career uncertainty and workforce transitions that we dealt with or we've seen firsthand, right, last year. And through mental wellness challenges that we see a lot of the young ladies, even older, face, and then leadership confidence gaps, and then, of course, limited exposure to entrepreneurship and professional networks. So what that looks like in a partnership with Dunn's, DUSN, and Prairie View is to provide a structured programming that supports student success, leadership development, community engagement, and workforce readiness. And Sean and Bridget, y'all are on the call, so definitely chime in where you feel needed. But we'll jump into our four pillars. So community service and philanthropy, right? Building civic responsibility, and leadership through service. So we pride ourselves on community service within this organization. Entrepreneurial and career modeling. So exposure to professionals, business ownership, and career pathways. Social skills development, so communication, etiquette, networking, and emotional intelligence. And then, of course, mental health stability, tools for self-awareness, resilience, and emotional well-being.
And I'll insert right here, these 4 pillars are really evident through our membership. So with Dreams Unleashed Networks, we are a membership organization. And so we are comprised of a lot of professional women who are leaders in their respective areas, or they are business owners. So we really pride ourselves on making sure that we are teaching young ladies the entrepreneurial route, or make sure that they lean into being those top tier leaders in whatever endeavors that they're looking to do in their careers.
So our PV program proposal, the Dreamweaver Innovator Cohort. So the Dreamweaver Cohort is an immersive leadership and innovation program designed to help young women turn ideas into action. So the program structure is a 6 to 8 week cohort experience where they get interactive workshops, mentorship, and guided coaching with a lot of our leaders and professionals within the organization, leadership and professional skill development, and then, of course, their final business impact pitch presentation. And this is where the young ladies will get up front and they will present or pitch their business to us or to the judges, and then we'll have 3 winners, a first, second, and third place. And then we typically, like last year, we had the first place winner was able to take home $1,500, second place $500, and third place $250. And we want to make sure that we tailor it to businesses within Prairie View, right? Because we want them to be able to give back to the community in which they, serve, and which they are, attending Prairie View, the areas that they're within.
And I will say this cohort takes them through a progress. So it is very progressive. So they start off with understanding where their passion lies, and then we go into determining what that business is that they want to create. Then we take them through the process of creating that business plan. We get to work with different banks, and they will typically teach the financial literacy piece. So we would like to make sure that they understand the financial concept with that. We also take them through the personal branding experience so that they understand how to market. And then from that social skills perspective, we like to make sure that they understand how to network. So we bring in somebody that teaches them how to network, and then we create an event where we like to bring in community leaders, business owners, and then they get to network with those community leaders and business owners to kind of practice, I guess, what they have been working on during this cohort. And that's a way for them to actually kind of start, gaining people to put into their network and utilize that once they graduate or once they start their business. So we like to pride ourselves on making sure that this is a program that they are very progressive. And then at the end, along with the public speaking piece, because a lot of times business owners have to be in that public speaking place. They have to do that pitch, and then they win those prizes. Now, another thing that we are very excited about is that within our organization, we have psychologists, we have therapists. So we like to make sure that mental health component is incorporated into this cohort, because owning a business or even being a leader for a company has a lot of mental challenges. So we like to make sure that they understand the things that they can utilize to help kind of guide them through times where they may feel a little down or become a little depressed.
So the program focus areas, as Sean mentioned, is entrepreneurship exploration. So, of course, business idea development, personal branding, financial and professional awareness, leadership and
the social skills. They have communication and executive presence, networking, confidence, collaboration skills, the things that I just really kind of talked about. And then on the mental wellness piece is self-awareness, stress management, confidence building. And then a part of the cohort, which I didn't talk about, is the community impact. So we make sure that they have a community service project that they implement during this entire time, and to be able to complete that. And we leave that up to them. We want them to kind of see what the need is within the community that they're serving on what the project should actually be for. And so by the end of this cohort, they will have developed their business idea that they can kind of put out there. They're going to have that strength and leadership confidence. We're working on those communication and presentation skills. One of the biggest things for me is emotional intelligence and resilience. So we really weave that into the cohort. And then they are gaining that exposure to different mentors, not just the ladies within our cohort, but also the people that are within your community as well. And so with that, we hope that we are preparing them to really lead academically, professionally, and socially. Now, I have an impact video that's here, but what I can do is share that with you all, that you can see where we did this cohort and how the young ladies started off kind of very shy, didn't really have, weren't really into, I guess, creating their business the way that they thought, not knowing that they have to have the business plans and all of that. And then by the end of the cohort, it was like a totally different story with these young ladies. They were speaking publicly. They didn't have a problem with networking. So we see the value and the benefit in actually doing this cohort.
Ms.
With that being
Vaughn, we're now at 7 minutes for the presentation, and can I get a motion to give them more time if we want to?
Yeah, I'd make a motion that we give Dreams Unlimited.
2 minutes, right?
Okay. Well, I am.
Well, hold on. We're still.
Okay.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
It's been properly moved and second to give Dreams Unlimited 2 more minutes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, go ahead, proceed.
Okay. Sorry, and it's real quick because I was at the end, but the next steps would be, if you all are on board, this is a totally free thing that we would want to offer. The ladies actually donate their time. We have no problem with that. And then we raise the funds throughout the year to make sure that we are offering those scholarships at the end of the cohort. So if you have any other questions, you can always reach us at our email address, which is info@mydreamsunleashed.com, or you can go to our website and find out a lot more and see the other things that we're doing, because we do have a lot of other programs at mydreamsunleashed.org.
Okay.
And that is all that I have.
All right, thank you. You have about a minute and a half. Any questions, any comments?
I just want to thank you guys for making that presentation. I think it was,
Talking to
so
Mike, so it's-
I think it was very informative, and I think it's something that we need to use to encourage, because it also helps us as a EDC. Our job is to help people develop businesses such as what you just talked about, and so for them to be able to go through that program, now they're more prepared to come to us and present things that we can give them additional money for, as long as that business is in Prairie View. So thank you guys for what you do. Thank you for your time today. And I just want to I'm looking forward to working with you guys.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for presenting to us, and I'm sure we'll be in touch and looking forward to follow-up. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
So next on our agenda, well, now we're moving into business. Discussion, consideration, and possible action to add Bruce Davis to Prosperity Bank accounts, in addition to Emory Davis, and remove Brenda Nichols. We do have one citizen comments on this. Mr. Alfred Johnson, you're recognized. Oh, hold on. The minutes, Miss Hatton is not here. She was going to, she had a hospital issue, a medical issue. Now, I think that we got them digitally, but they have not been, I don't think we're prepared to approve these. So we're going to have to proceed to the next item. Thank you for, yeah, we have to table that. Is that,
Yeah, we just make a
okay, that's
motion.
table, yeah, go ahead and make a motion.
Make a motion that we table the minutes that were for the 30th of September, 21st of October, 11th of November, 3rd of December, 2025, and the 21st of January, 2026. That we table.
Okay, it's tabled.
Make a second.
Yeah, I don't think, do we have to move when it's tabled? I don't think we have to move when it's tabled. All right. Our next item is our first business item. Alfred Johnson, you have the floor.
Yeah, it's on.
Hello, President, EDC Board, how y'all doing today?
All right.
I'm coming to y'all about y'all agenda item number 1. Agenda item number 1 is to add Bruce Davis to the Economic and Development Corporation bank account, but, and remove Ms. Brenda Nichols from the bank account. If I'm not mistaken, on July 29th, 2025, agenda item number 9, discuss and possible action to assign second signature to EDC bank account Jonathan Preston, Alfred Johnson, Emory Davis. So can you guys explain to me what happened during that time? Because we had a signature that should have been put on the account, and Ms. Brenda Nichols has been off this board for about a year now, and why is Ms. Brenda Nichols' name still on the account?
We
All
don't
right.
respond to
You got 2 more minutes.
Yeah, we don't respond to.
Don't respond.
Okay.
You can make a written request, and then they'll respond to it.
Okay, so who do I make the written request to, and how long is the deadline for you guys to respond back to my written request?
Make it to the EDC.
Well,
Make it to the EDC.
But I'm asking, who's the person that
President.
so send it to Mr. Bruce Davis? And Mr. Bruce Davis, do you have a timeline when you should respond back to me with my request?
okay. Write a response, write a request, and I'll respond back to you. I will not give you a deadline at this point.
Okay. I
Okay.
think by the Texas Open Meeting Act is 10 days, if I'm not mistaken, for you to respond back for a citizen comment.
That sounds reasonable.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Okay, so let's proceed. All right, so in the discussion, I'll just go ahead and open it. Emory is, okay, so we needed to get the second signature on the account. And actually, in this discussion, it might actually be a bit of a response to this since we're discussing it. I went to the bank with Mr. Emory Davis, and they had a letter, or it's actually their procedure that had to actually say on the minutes
Yeah.
that an individual was going to be added and that an individual is going to be removed. And so since our minutes didn't specifically lay it out that way, we specifically put it on this agenda so it could get laid out, get done. It was supposed to be some earlier action. I don't know why Brenda Nichols was still on there after she had not been president for months, or that the last president was not added. But in the 3 months that I was president, I was not on, so so Mr. Johnson, J.J. Johnson indicated that that's something we need to do. So that's what we were acting on, and now we're just trying to get it squared away.
I think Al Johnson had a good point. Do we need to remove those other names mentioned in the minutes, to remove those other names and then put into?
It was just something that hadn't been done. And as far as the bank's records go, they still had Brenda Nichols' name on there. So you have to officially, excuse me, in your minutes, state that she should be removed and who should replace her.
So that was Al Johnson.
Yeah.
What was the lady's name?
Brenda Nichols.
Brenda Nichols.
Right.
And who else?
And then, as Al
Well,
just stated,
okay,
is he-
so-
is he still on the bank account? I don't know.
No, the only people that were on the bank account was Mrs. Nichols and Emory.
Right, that's right.
Okay.
That was it. That's all we're trying to do. It was take Miss Nichols off and add me on.
That's correct.
Add me on.
Right.
Put that in your minutes.
Yeah. But
All
what
right.
was the thing about Johnson being on it?
So I would know, I'll just say that he was on there, Emery was on there, and Brenda Nichols was on there.
Alfred, once you can come forward, yeah. You were saying the minute said you were on it previously?
No, sir. On the agenda that I'm speaking of, which that's gonna be on July 29th,
Okay,
I put it on the EDC agenda. It was also accompanied by Jonathan Preston uh, and Emery. So we've already addressed this issue with EDC to remove Ms. Nichols off because I asked the question of who's on the bank account. And when I asked the question, it was told to me that Jonathan Preston was on the bank account. And at that point, I was the vice president, so I'm only going off the information that was shared with me. And you guys can look up the agenda that I'm talking about. It's July 29th, and it's the agenda item number,
9.
I think it's 10. So yeah, I just want to get clarity because I know Ms. Nichols has been off the committee, this board, for well over almost up to a year now. If you mind me showing you, Mr. Moore?
No, I don't need to say it.
On that agenda that we were supposed to address it, I was told as when I was vice president of this corporation that Mr. Jonathan Preston was added on. And if I'm not mistaken, it was also a conversation, possibly you, Mr. Davis, you was added on the agenda, but I'm not sure of
yeah.
that.
Yeah, see, I know we were talking about getting me on, but I think it was never addressed properly. It either was never on the minutes or was never physically taken over there. So when I went, and I have to physically go over there, we did that, and then we saw that the minutes didn't line up with their procedure. So that's what we're trying to address now.
And for transparency, Mr. Davis, I appreciate you clearing that because if a person is not on the board, and Ms. Nichols has been off for well over 9-10 months now, you know, her name was still attached to the account. So if there's ever an audit or whatever, they would assume that Ms. Nichols was still governing the account. So for clarity, that's what I'm assuming that's what you're doing right now, and that initiative that you should do. But just for clarity, I'm just trying to understand why I was told something different at the time that this was on happen, because this was already supposed to have been addressed. If you guys need, I can also email you the minutes for
Okay.
that exact meeting.
All right, that's good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so I think I'll take a motion on this.
Yeah. So we need to make a motion to remove Brenda Nichols and who was the other
Add
person?
me.
And add Bruce Davis as a signer to the EDC account.
I second the motion.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that Bruce Davis be added to the Prosperity Bank accounts and that Brenda Nichols be removed. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the motion carries unanimously. Okay, agenda items 2 is to conduct elections of vice president. We have a comment, Mr. Alfred Johnson.
Hi, Mr. President and board again. The agenda item number 2, would that be an action that would affect the board by doing an election? And if that's an action that's going to affect the board, it should have, follow Robert's Rule Book of Order, which should have the language to be discussed and possible action. Right now, it seems like it's more of a discussion. So, you know, I don't know too much about it, but that might be an agenda item you might want to pass, because if you're going to take an action on it, it's not worded correctly. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, so I will take nominations for the office of vice president.
Mr. President, I nominate Galen Sublett for the position of vice president.
Is there a second?
I second that.
Any discussion? All right, it's been properly moved and seconded that Ms. Galen Sublade be assigned to the office of Vice President. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Oppose? Okay, the motion carries. Okay, item 3, discussion, consideration, of possible action to revise 2026 budget. Okay, so we just had a budget workshop, and I think at this point, Mr. JJ, if you could summarize the budget that we went through and the one that we want to brief the council on on Monday.
Okay, good evening, members of the EDC board and those who are present. We did have a workshop and we reviewed the budget that had been discussed and put in place at prior meetings. And on this workshop, we decided to make 2 additions. We need to add a line item for storage that we didn't anticipate when we first put this together, but at the current time, we're paying $200 a month. So we put in for 12 months, which would be $2,400 for storage. And then that's in the operating part of the budget. By adding that, that's gonna put us over on the operating side of the budget, $77,600 over. And we've explained why this particular fiscal year, that amount would be over as far as the operating revenue go, and that is hopefully to anticipate, because of this effort, it will help bring more funds to the city in future years. The other item that was added was this board would love to make opportunities for needed businesses within the city of Prairie View. So we've added in the capital outlay portion of the budget an additional $80,000 for grants. This board anticipates giving grants no more than $10,000, if I'm correct, per business. And by putting 80,000, it gives them the opportunity, if they know of 3 at this time, but if some others qualify for this program, then they can participate in this program. So adding that 80,000 would add another, well, it would increase the amount of funds that would be expended over the revenue amount. But again, these are funds that'll be well spent toward increasing businesses within the city of Prairie View. That was a summary of it.
Okay. All right, since we already had a workshop, can I get a motion on our budget?
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the budget that we had created during the budget workshop.
I second it.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that the budget as briefed and adjusted per our workshop be approved for passage by the city council. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
You said, Emery, you said aye, right?
I did.
Okay, no, I said aye. Okay, the motion carries unanimously. The next item, I want to move item, a motion to move item 6 to be next, since this JJ might need to leave. So can I get a motion to move 6 to be the next item?
I make the motion that we move number 6 up to be discussed next.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we move item number 6 to be our next item. All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Okay, on item 6, I have my technical person is Joseph Williams, and I'm gonna have him meet with your treasurer, Mr. Davis, to implement a cloud-based accounting system. It'll be QuickBooks cloud-based, which will enable you all to write your own checks as opposed to writing handwritten checks. And it will be tied to the bank. And he will be meeting, we'll set a date up for him to come and meet with Mr. Davis. Now, in the past, we also train your clerical assistant, because this helps create separation of duties. From a standpoint, the clerical assistant would physically do the, let me catch my phone one quick.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, but again, that's up to you all, but we'd like to train both of them in the use of the system. Now, the system does have a cost to it. Normally, it's gonna run about $100 and some a month for the cloud base, okay? And y'all do have a computer, I take it. So we can load it on the computer, and I will need access to it.
Yeah,
Be able to go in and make any adjustments and what have you to it.
yeah.
But we're gonna do that, and that
Yeah.
should take care of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Now, Mr. Joseph Williams,
Oh,
so,
speaking to that, make sure heard.
say, Mr. Joseph Williams,
That's my technical person.
yeah, so how is he gonna get paid?
He gets paid by me,
Okay,
and then y'all pay me. We has to get paid to train you. Yeah, he
Okay.
works for my firm.
yes, okay,
Yeah, and that'll be in my invoice to you.
okay.
Right.
So does that $100 a month come out of?
No, you're gonna get charged a fee when we set you up cloud-based.
Okay.
With QuickBooks. It's with Intuit. And that'll be a fee that y'all will get it. Just right now, you get a fee every month for your internet, your computer and what
Right.
have you. It's about, if you look at the current financial, it'll show it on there.
About how much is it?
I can look at your current.
I mean,
financial.
is it 2 digits? Is 3 digits? It's probably just 2 digits,
Oh,
right?
it's 2 digits.
Okay, that's fine. It's a
right here.
small
Let's-
amount.
Let's just look at
Okay,
it.
yeah.
On your current financial, it is.
That's computer software and website?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on page
Well, that will come
6,
out
I
of-
think. Yeah, page
Okay.
6, Microsoft, 6670 a month.
Okay.
There it is, Microsoft,
Okay,
yeah. But what'll be added to that is the Intuit cost.
And then, your pay is in here also?
My pay is separate under accounting.
Yeah, he's separate.
If you look at the line that say accounting,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's in here,
that's my.
under
pay.
account.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
all right. So this was just review the status. Emery, any comments? Did you hear the comments that were made?
No, yeah, I did. It sounded like JJ said that they were gonna get the software, and I understand, yeah, it'll be a cost to us. And so once they get it, I will assist them in helping them, set it up with the account numbers and everything, to where we'll all, have access to that, and we'll be able to track our statements and everything digitally. And that sounds good.
Hoorah. Okay. All right, let's go to the next item. And thank you, JJ.
Thank you.
The next item is discuss. Okay, it's item number 4, discuss and determine date to go through EDC items in storage. Emery, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so as you all know, we have the storage that we moved stuff into Yeah, it was last year in June, and we had not gone through it as a total. We were supposed to go through it. We were supposed to get together and move the stuff out there, but we hired someone. They moved it all in. We do have the. It's a temperature regulated storage unit, and so all the paper is there in a climate controlled location. And we just need to go through issues that we're having is that we cannot find a physical copy of our EIN number. I've gone through the uh, the tax IRS website, and I've tried to look up City of Prairie View EDC for the City of Prairie View. And so I felt that if we go through there, there may be some paperwork that we find that we need in order to take care of some of the business that we have to.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, JJ says he has the EIN number. Emery, you're on hold or mute. Yeah. So Emery, what dates you proposing?
Still with it? Emery?
It's on hold. Okay.
Oh.
Well, we'll maybe circle back to that. We'll circle back to that because Emery's, we can't hear him right now. All right, let's move on to item number 5. And for item 5, we have a comment. Mr. Alfred Johnson, you have the floor.
Again, hey, Mr. President, EDC Board. Item number 5, that's discussing the EDC website, which I believe that's a wonderful thing that EDC is getting its own website. It's been underway for a while. But for my information that I got directly from the website company, there was a contract signed by Mr. Bruce Davis on, let me see when.
We can barely hear you.
There was a contract signed by Mr. Bruce Davis on August the 3rd of 2025. That a contract, it was a payment made to that company over the amount of $5,000. I do not recall us going to city council, asking city council to spend $5,000 for the website. Also in the same contract, it renews itself this month for an additional $5,000. So again, through the bylaws and the city charter.
I don't mean to interrupt. Could Mr. Johnson speak into the microphone? He's somewhat inaudible.
Okay, can you hear me now, Mr. Jackson?
That's better. Thank you.
Okay, there's a contract that was signed for the website, and that contract exceeds EDC spending budget. That contract was supposed to go in front of the city council because it's over $5,000. So there's another reoccurring purchase that's going to happen this month. I don't have the exact date, but I'm looking at the contract from the people that conduct the website. So I'm trying to find out, are we going to follow what the bylaws and what the charter says we're supposed to do? And that's an action that's been done. Mr. Bruce Davis, you signed the contract. I have it here in front of me, and I can provide that to you if you need me to. Are you familiar with the contract?
Okay, I'm not going to comment directly to you, but I will say that this might come up as we discuss this issue. So thank you.
Okay, so I just wanted to, make that be known
Okay.
that expenditures over a certain amount is supposed to go in front of the EDC. And I guess Mr. Jackson should probably look at it. But also, because I know you're trying to do things right, Mr. Davis, Ms. Gigi Souffle would be an excellent vice president, but you're gonna have to vacate her seat as secretary because she was also voted in as secretary, so you're gonna have to vacate the secretary seat before you move her to vice president.
Right.
So,
These are some procedural things. I mean, and so thank you for pointing out certain procedural things that we need to do in order to run this efficiently. So thank you.
hey man, I'm just trying to help you guys. I'm a citizen.
Okay. All right. Thank you, citizen. All right. So All right, so for the EDC website status, Ms. Hatton, I was wondering if there's any, like, I know we spoke earlier and talked about on Monday, there's some kind of activity going on concerning the website, maybe some training or maybe something you wanted to demonstrate. So I wanted to give you a minute to just describe those activities as it pertains to our website.
Okay, so for Monday, we'll be having the DNS transfer, which is basically for the hosting website and the website name that we purchased. It will be transferred over, so the website will no longer be under the Civic Plus. That's happening Monday. I did also update it with the agendas and meetings, so once it is active, that will be available for citizens to view. But that's the update that we have so far. So the launch date will pretty much be Monday once the DNS is complete from their hosting system to our hosting system that we purchased for our domain.
Okay, what is DNS?
Like I said, it's pretty much like the hosting system. It's like our own personal website. So I don't really have a breakdown for it, but
That's
just
fine.
the name that we purchased and being able to go under our system that we already have.
Okay. All right. Is there any?
Just a little additional. Oh, on DNS. So DNS is kind of like the security system to where it protects that website to where hackers can't go in there and make unofficial changes that Ms. Hatton wouldn't know about and stuff like that. So it kind of protects the domain.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions on our website?
And you said it launches on Monday, that's the 23rd?
Yes,
That
so
is.
Monday, once that transfer is complete, we do have a meeting at 2 p.m. So hopefully by that evening, I will send an email out once everything is complete so that the board members would know. But hopefully that evening we'll have everything set and ready to go.
All right, good. And you'll send us the, all that, I know you sent, before you sent some information related to the website, and so once all of that is finally, you'll send us how we can access it and all of those things?
Yes, so the website that we purchased, which is PrairyviewEDC.com, I believe, that'll be active under that website specifically, because right now what I sent out to the board members is active under Civic Plus, so it's only available to the board members just for our previewing purposes. And I have been able to go in and, like I said, update the agenda, certain things with the board members, and adding all the extra touches that we needed to complete the website. So again, once the hosting transfer is complete, then we'll be up and running.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Haddon.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Haddon. Okay, the next two items are our executive sessions. Mr. Mayor, do we have to move to go to executive session, or do we just go into executive session? We actually do, yeah. Mr. Mayor? Oh, do I need to move to go to executive session, or we just go into it? Okay. All right, someone make a
I
motion.
make a motion that we move to executive session.
Second?
I second it.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we go into executive session, discuss items number 7 and 8 as relates to 551.072 of deliberations about real property at 6:55. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the motion carries. So Emery and Miss Haddon and Keith, I'm gonna just keep y'all on the Zoom. I'm sorry, on the Teams meeting. We'll go into executive session. Y'all can participate that way.
You stay here, we're going to the chambers.
We're gonna go.
Across the hall.
Oh, and
Go across the hall to the
Mr.
conference
Man,
room.
and Mayor, could you participate in this? Okay.
In the conference room, right? Back here, yeah.
James, I assume you will just come back and convey a summary of your executive section to the public.
Yes. You're gonna stay,
Sounds good.
can you stay on for it?
Oh, for sure, I will.
Okay, all right.
I didn't know if this Teams would transfer to your executive session.
It will,
so
because
that was
this
the
is,
reason
this
for
is
the
on my
question.
personal laptop, so I'll be able to take it over there.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yes, because it's geothermal and, yeah, for that part of it. And, so Mr. Mayor, could you participate in executive session? Okay.
Now I'm finna say, but yeah, that's my grandson.
Yes, yes.
No, no, ain't no have no child that little.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that,
No, but they do have what any age.
Yes.
The Lord can bless you. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
You getting some good sleep.
Oh yeah, he tired. You know, he got out of school.
Played hard all weekend.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, this is your thumb drive. Let's put it right there. The time is now 7:55. We have just concluded we've concluded that session. We're going to do a roll call of all EDC members, starting from left to right.
Barbara Manuel, present.
Mosley present.
Gigi Sublé present.
Edward.
Online?
Emory Davis present. Emory Davis present.
All right. And with that,
Keith Jackson, present.
all right. And with that, we have a quorum. And we now would like to, there's no action that we took out of the session, the closed-door session. The motion is,
Yeah, and we moved that executive session is over. We're now back in session.
I second the motion.
Mr. Mayor, do I need to give a summary? Mr. Mayor, something seems to not be right. Do I need to give a summary of something at this point? Yeah,
No action taken.
there's no action, just say there's no action taken, okay. All right, so as stated, there's no action taken. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda. Item number 9 is discuss EDC priorities for the next 3 months. Want to give all directors an opportunity to offer up ideas. Emery, I think this was initially your idea, so I want you to just kick us off with ideas.
Okay, well, my ideas are once again like the grant program. I want to try to get that done to where we get some people going through the credit union, joining the credit union, doing their financial education courses, and just getting more knowledge on how to, deal with their finances as they're running a business. I want to try to see if we can foster 2 to 3 businesses, really get them up and going to where they will generate a tax base, and we can kind of get a little feedback from that. I also want us to try to see what our direction is on a director, and that's where I am right now. The grant program and the director search.
Okay, okay, Barbara? Is over the next 3 months?
Yeah, I would just like to piggyback on what Emery said. I think one of the main things to be able to find that EDC director. Also, my concern, as always, is that infrastructure, water treatment, some of those things that we need to do to try to really attract some major businesses here. Other than that, that's my main focus.
All right, Ms. Sublé? Right. Okay. I would like for us to explore some of our infrastructure, the critical infrastructure, and progress with things that we already have down, like our bylaws, just to make sure that we get that implemented, instituted, and our budget. Those are the main things. Look at options for the executive director. Start the discussion on where we can have an office. Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, the next item is determining next meeting date and frequency.
Mr. President, I would like to make a suggestion that we meet 2 times a month, I believe, up until we can get an EDC director. And of course, that's on availability of the directors, but I would like to suggest that we meet twice monthly.
Discussion?
What days would we meet? Would it be like every other Thursday, every other Tuesday? What are we looking at?
Well, Thursdays, there's the last Thursday of the month that I want to avoid from other obligations. And there's the Tuesdays that, Tuesday is starting to be a problem, but we'll just have to figure out when folks are available. What we need to do is just get a survey out. Instead of trying to hash it out right now, we can get Ms. to send one of those surveys out, and then find out when folks are available. We can develop it based on that.
I'm good with that.
Okay. We should probably just figure out our very next meeting, though.
So that would be,
Second week in March? What does the second week in March look like?
So far, that's good. On a Thursday, so far, that's good for me.
Yeah.
you said the second week in March?
The second
Yeah.
Thursday in March.
That's the 12th? March 12th?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm all right with that, as it stands
Okay.
now.
I got nothing so far.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, let's move on to reports. I'll start off. Okay. I put this training matrix up here. Oh, the first item I have in there is EDC and City Council coordination. So the last conference I attended, they indicated it was the best practice, or one of the speakers, it was the best practice to have the EDC and the City Council talk about key issues like once a quarter. And the cities that were performing in a significant way, outstanding performers, they were doing this. And so that's just something that I want us to explore, in addition to figuring out when we meet, figuring out, guidance. We as an EDC, we need guidance from the City Council. We need to know the direction of the city and what we're serving on a regular basis, so that we're not bumping heads. So we'll try to figure out when that is, and when we report next week, I'll make that point that that's something else that we're trying to do. Next meeting, I'm proposing that we have a group photo. So for that, I would like for us to wear business or business casual for that meeting, and we'll try to have we'll get a photographer there, if not just one of these highly performing cell phones, and take that photo. Yeah. We'll find a place for that somewhere in City Hall, and maybe, hopefully, in our own building, so we can have a photo, people can know who their EDC members are.
Don't we have EDC shirts?
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
I don't have one. I gave mine to you.
So you don't have one?
I'm shirtless man here. Yeah. Yep. Upcoming conferences and training, okay. So there is a EDC Winter Conference. This one is by the Texas Economic Development Corporation. I think so far we've been going to the Economic Development or EDC conference that were put on by TML. Those are the only two I've been to. This one is next week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I might try to go Thursday and Friday. I can't afford to go all 3 of those days. But if some other member can afford to go, I mean, as far as available, then, we'll have the budget funds for you to go. Just, make me aware. The website is here. It's actually just texasedc.org, that organization.
So, Bruce, if you get the names of people that want to go, we'll get them registered tomorrow.
All right, thank you. Also, if you're flying, because I wouldn't drive up there, but if you're flying, the rates go up tonight. So hopefully you make your decision before tonight and then just start letting us know if you can make that.
Where is it? Where's the
It's in El Paso.
Okay.
Yeah. I was surprised that the rates were still reasonable when I checked. Okay, we already talked about the website. Bylaws, okay, the bylaws, okay, the final document was sent to the city council on the 11th of November. I got in front of the city council on January 26th. They wanted to see the red line version and the new version, so we got them a copy of that. I think it was the day before the Super Bowl. So needless to say, it didn't get reviewed for that next meeting, but so I'm expecting on the Monday meeting, they would have had a chance to look at it and we'll get their approval or their feedback for changes that we need to do to that meeting. I'm sorry, to those bylaws.
To date, I have not received any feedback from the city attorney and/or any representative of city council.
Okay. I got some feedback and they were minor things like I think we had the wrong address for the city itself. I think to update that, but it was all minor stuff. Okay. Blackberry Festival.
I can
Okay,
take
yeah,
this.
why don't you go ahead and discuss that?
Thank you, Mr. President. I spoke with Sean Wright, who's the go-to person for the Blackberry Festival. She's representing Delta Sigma Theta as well. She's encouraged by the feedback she's getting. She's will present us with a budget probably for our next meeting. I'll get in touch with her and she can make a presentation. But she is she's putting out ads. She's responding to vendors. She's very excited about the potential of this being something that we can do annually. And so she's working as hard as she can. They have an independent committee as well. And so the committee is working hard to try to pull this off. And I think it'll be something really good for not only the city, but also for the citizens here in the city of Prairie View.
All right, thank you. I have EDC audit here. Okay, the only thing I have is back in July, you can see it on the chart here. Do you see all these areas that we formed a committee and met with Mr. Stephen Yo, and we were following up. And the last item there is awaiting report. You can also see the last date that I made some kind of follow-up on that. So I'm just putting it up here so that we can start being on track again with our audit. That was the last day. There may have even been some follow-up after that, but that's that. And I was talking with JJ. I think there's he's talking about another type of audit that we may need, you know. So just in front of everybody. The other items, time for some pictures. I already talked about the team photos. Okay. So recruit and expand local business. That's one of the committee items. So I have on the screen a new picture of OYH. You see significant progress there. Last photo I had, it was pretty much a foundation, but you can see the walls are up.
Yeah, I saw it.
University Oaks, it's still a field at this point. I think the science collapsed a little bit, but I have had no other discussions on that, but that's what's going on there. Herman Memorial Hospital, still going on in Waller. Blinn College, still going on in Waller. HEB, it's actually, this is about 3 months old photos. You know, these walls are like sealed off now. Next thing, okay, I got about 4 or 5 phone calls about this. The Houston Texans are moving their headquarters away from NRG Stadium. So they are moving it to Bridgeland, and it's supposed to open in 2029. They expect it will generate $34 billion in long-term economic impact with about 17,000 jobs. Okay, so we have to be thinking in terms of the positive impacts for purview of this project. Okay, just some other pictures right under our nose. Here's the gas station and the bus station just down the road here.
That's the old Uncle?
Yeah, the old Unco.
That's what it looks like now, on the
Right,
inside?
now look on the left, that's what it looks like now. On the right is
Proposed look?
what they are doing to it. They're making it an active gas station again. I mean, they're just renovating it, so you can, say again? That's the old Unco. Yeah, yeah. And here's another concept when they're finished. I talked to the general contractor. He doesn't know what brand of gas it will be. I mean, but he says in about 3 months, this is what it's going to look like. So that's it. So that answers the question. You know, it's still going to be a bus station. You know, we're talking about, you know, doing something with that. But yeah, the bus station's already using it right now. Okay. Here's Checkers. Okay, so I walked over there today. That's the building, and this is the sign I saw on the door. There's a real estate company here. Little sign says the Waller location is open. You can't see it, but inside the glass, there's a bunch of other like food service equipment.
They got Checkers and Waller?
Yeah, the one just past Waller. You know, if you go
Oh, that's it by,
just before the air
Dyken.
conditioning. Yeah,
Wait, it's
Dyken, yeah.
Dyken.
Starbucks and Brown Plaza. Okay, so when I see Starbucks here, and I see these long line of cars, that's tax revenue for us. Okay, so what we're short on is maybe something across the street here, something more. Brown Plaza being empty, and I mean, these are just things I haven't researched. I just got the picture, and it's like we need to, you know, at what point will we help with getting that done? Okay. Okay, this was the flagpoles discussion earlier. Okay, so just near the Alumni Center, here's not flagpole, but I mean banners to help out with things like the Blackberry Festival and holidays and these type of things. When between New 290 and the university, these street lights have places where you can put banners on them. But on the other side, there's not. And I counted that maybe we could use about 40 of those, and Mr. JJ said that I guess he knows about that. So that's just something I was trying to see if we want to look at And now these other electrical lines, that's like, well, these electrical lines, can we put some banners up there to announce things? That's what I was checking into. All right. This is the EDC flag display, the flags that are, as you come into the city, coming from Houston, mostly go unnoticed.
West, yeah, he's still.
Yeah, especially at night because the lights don't work. So this is something for us to think about, getting these lights working. All right. So there's this food place, Emory, this food place that is right where Echo Street touches the University Drive. Was there something going on with that?
That's right there by the.
Yeah, that's right. I just left. I'm about to walk in. I had to close him down today because he had a couple of violations, and that's kind of where I was waiting for him to move, and because he wasn't packing up, so I had to make sure that he was going to move. He had decent food, but it was just a couple of violations that he didn't want to correct this morning, so I had to go on and close him down.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's coming back?
Is he coming? Yeah.
If he gets all of his deficiencies corrected.
Okay. Okay.
He'll be in that same location.
He has arrived.
Uh,
Yeah. Emory, we can hear him. Oh, yeah. Yeah, talking to microphone because since you're here. Oh, I guess you can't turn it off. Just put it in the men's room.
turn the phones off. Turn the phone off. And then turn it back on. Then turn it off. When all else fails, reboot.
Yep, all else fails, throw it on against a concrete wall.
Reboot it.
Okay, so yeah, the situation was that
Oh, yeah, the microphone when you,
Come on up.
microphone,
Come
yeah,
on
you
up.
go ahead and get your seat, yeah.
His gas lines weren't protected. He didn't have a commissary area where he was dumping his wastewater. He didn't have a 3-chamber sink. It was just some things that, with the health, safety, and the food that we were trying to check. He's been here for a couple of days, and he was stating that he was going to take care of those things and try to come back. So we'll see if, as long as he gets on top of his stuff.
Doesn't he have to have his health thing?
He did the health safety class
The health
online and everything, but like his trailer wasn't inspected, and that's one
But
thing.
Harris County.
Yeah,
does that,
with
doesn't it?
with food trailers, yeah, Harris County will do that, and so I'm working with him to get that done as well.
Okay,
So, I mean, it was an option for the students to get something to eat, but
yeah,
in doing that, we also have to make sure that what we bring in
yeah,
is.
good, okay.
Yeah.
All right, this picture here I have is of this Methodist church. We had a for sale sign in front of it, and this organization called Christ Restoration Tabernacle is over in this part. I don't know if they're renting or if they bought it, but in the back of it, the Methodist church is still there. So that's what's going on with that property.
That's on University?
That's on Owens Road.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, Methodist. Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. All right, you already talked about conferences. Okay. Executive Director Search Plan. Okay. As I mentioned, I guess not in this meeting, I think we need to get a search firm to handle the view of the resumes so that it's not as caught up as it has been. Right. There's also some compliance things with that. We got to make sure that we're complying with like all the laws that relates to a search. Challenge on every little bitty thing, so like when I heard that the city had a search firm for some of the positions they were looking for, I said, oh, that's what we need, so if it's not that firm, it's just some other firm. And then we'll figure out, then we'll get that going and, figure out when we need to do that. I'm thinking it's gonna be June-ish timeframe. Okay,
We aren't taking any additional applications. We're just going, whoever's applied to this point on the
well,
application.
we just
will
might
submit.
have to, because, you know, that's one of the compliance things. The deadlines have been moving. We've never really advertised a solid closing date. With, well, yeah, I'm thinking that, yeah, the fact it's been going on, it's been going on the wrong way, so for a long time. We want to get it done the right way. We don't want any kind of compliance things going on with that search. We have a lot of resumes now, but, the resumes were hitting me, and without any doing on my part, resumes were still coming in. And I was going with getting the city secretary, it's like, what's happening? I'm still getting resumes. And it's been months after I thought it was closed, you know, so do we chuck all those in the trash, or do we? I don't think that's the answer completely, but that,
If they after the deadline, then yeah, those
Yeah.
are all gone. Round 17.
yeah, yeah. I'm just telling you, it's been a soft close on it, so.
Well, when you put up that Indeed runs it for whatever time
Yeah.
you bought it for.
We put it
so-
on Indeed, and then we had it on a TML.
Yeah.
And then those dates weren't lined up, and then, you know, we had others that want to apply. We opened it up for that, then we had to take all the other folks that applied, so it started getting kind of, you know, messy. I'd just rather have a professional, a firm that knows how to do all that stuff the right way. I mean, I've dabbled with it, and not all the other bags that goes with how we were doing it.
Yeah, I like what Emma said. Turn whatever we got now over to, if we decide we want to go that route, let them reach out, and if they come back and say, yeah, out of all these applicants, only 10 are now looking for employment.
Yeah, we definitely need a scale.
And then
scale down.
and then at that point, if we need to, we can put it back out and get additional applicants. But I think, you know, it's been over a year. We need to move forward. I would say whatever we got now, if we decide we want to go with the firm, give them those applications and let them do that.
Yeah, the firm will get all the existing applications, all existing
Yeah.
resumes.
And let them do
That's
it.
the other thing. Some had applications, some just had resumes. You know, so we got to,
And
we
the
gotta
firm
get
will
it uniform.
sure all that up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
The firm will do all that.
Right. Okay, so I think that's all for my, my report. We have a new vice president. Anything you'd like to say at this point?
Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Okay.
And I will do my best to serve in the best way that will be beneficial to this beautiful city.
Okay. All right. All right, thank you. Secretary. Okay, so the next meeting, we need to get that on the agenda to get a secretary. All right. Treasurer.
So the treasury report, as of the last meeting, I did turn in my folder. I believe you have that binder with the paycheck and everything, but the only bills that have come out are the $200 for the storage fees. We have probably lost out on the opportunity to open up the account at the credit union because we weren't able to find that, the IRS EIN number. And so that's kind of why it's important for us to get together. Let's go to the storages and find that number. If anybody else does have a way to find it, like I said, I just searched the IRS website and hadn't been able to
Now,
find it
now
either.
you were not here, but
Mr.
JJ
JJ
said that he has the EIN
Okay,
number.
I missed that
Yeah,
on the phone.
yeah,
And I've asked him about it, but I haven't gotten anything
okay,
from him.
yeah, so he said he has it.
I have the number, but I need the paper copy. You need
Where
it.
it says we have it, yeah, because you got to turn that
Yeah.
in.
I mean, because I have the number.
So, okay, so that.
If he
when
has
you-
a paper copy, in which I've asked him
Right.
for, he didn't have.
So I'll just ask about the IRS's ability to produce that.
And that's what I've done. I've gone to the IRS website and haven't been able to find
Haven't
anything.
been able to find it, yeah.
I mean, well, find it, but to get them to,
Oh, reproducing them?
yeah, produce it. But you gotta know it in order to get them to
Right.
produce
And no,
it.
like I said, I have the number. I've gotten the number from the bank, but they only wrote it down. They didn't have a paper copy that was turned into them either, so I don't know how the account was opened with them.
And so the IRS has to have, they send us a letter, or the bank a letter saying that this is the EIN
Well,
number.
they send, yeah, the organization will have that, the EIN, this is your EIN number for City of Prairie View
Okay.
EDC or EDC of Prairie View, or however it was
Okay.
named at that time as well.
So does Prosperity Bank have one?
They do not have a copy. That's why when I say the bank did not have, they gave me
That
the
bank,
number,
okay.
but they did not have a physical
Form,
copy of
okay.
that EIN number.
They should have, and
They
they
should
should
have,
have
yeah,
that on file.
exactly.
Before they can do
So
anything.
they need it as well for their compliance.
Well, no, they're fine with our account.
The
but
different banks have different standards, I
No,
guess.
they said it was given to them when when it first opened up. That's what I was told, but they can't find it now.
I see, okay. Yeah,
And so that's the Treasury report.
all right, thank you. All right, committee reports. Okay, so we'll just run through these. The first one was recruit and expand local and new businesses. That was mine. I've been over that one more or less in the report for the president. One of the things that I want to do with here, and it relates to the, actually number 6, is to work the issue of our transportation, our access roads, and get some folks in to brief us on some approaches for that. Okay, number 2 was promote local jobs and collaborate with local college and workforce. Do we have anyone that wants to lead that effort? And if you don't have to answer right now, you can let me know after the meeting. Next one is financial incentives and assistance for financial resources for businesses. That one is yours, Emery? Yeah, I think you're, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Water infrastructure and affordable housing needs, that's also yours.
TCEQ is doing that study with the city manager in regards to our capacity. They're looking at apartment buildings and see how many taps are actually there and see what kind of capacity that we will have. On the flip side of that, as the permits, I've halted on taking permits until I get some of that feedback because I don't want to overload the system that we have now.
All right.
And so like apartment buildings and multifamily housing right now, I'm kind of holding up on giving out those permits for that purpose and just kind of getting it so we can get a handle on what our capability actually is and going forward.
Okay. Number 5, tourism development efforts.
Yeah, and I'll take that one. I think with the festivals that we have identified with the Blackberry, with Juneteenth, and also with, what was the third?
Was 150th anniversary.
Yeah, and the 150th. I think the idea is to make Prairie View a destination location. So by establishing these festivals and hopefully other festivals that we can have, build will create a tourism and also make Prairie View a destination location. So we'll continue to work on those efforts. And I'll try to get Ms. Wright to be here at our next meeting to talk more about the Blackberry Festival.
Yeah. So one of the things we want to do with the tourism is why you would have the tourism so that the city can benefit by having the folks here and spend their money here, whether it's hotels, restaurants, and other things. So, I mean, they don't have to happen in a certain order, but yeah,
Right.
that's ultimately we want to benefit more. So we got to have these places open to drive, economic
Yeah.
benefit. Okay.
I got one more thing to add. I think if we can work with the cricket field, because I know that Cricket League is one of the biggest cricket divisions in the United States. I know, and they're having problems having their tournaments here.
Right.
And I think they had to move them to Dallas and other places that can accommodate the amount of people that they attract for these tournaments. And I think it would be appropriate for for EDC to approach them and see if we can work with them in order to kind of help them build that facility up so they can start housing those tournaments with hotels and places for people to stay, even bleachers. I don't even think they have bleachers or places for.
We have just a few, but it's inadequate.
Yeah.
And I was over there and I saw, this was like evidence of us missing out. I saw like a hotel key for a hotel in Cyprus.
Right.
So they're staying out there.
Absolutely.
When they come in here, they're staying
Right.
everywhere else.
Yeah.
I see them coming into the subway, but that's one subway doesn't have the capacity for all that,
Absolutely.
so.
And they play every year. They play the collegiate. I think it's a big collegiate thing now, and I think they have their championship they play here. They play divisionals and different things here that they're playing. And so, yeah, every time they come, they spend money everywhere but in the city of Prairie View.
Right. History, health facilities, and quality of life. So for history, one of the reasons that I wanted us to, emphasize the funds for the 150th anniversary is that it is coming up, but I haven't been involved with any conversations with the university on it, so expect to have more of that happen. I know, Barbara, you're part of history committee. Is there anything you'd like to summarize and offer?
Well, we're trying to work on the history of what's going on in the city of Prairie View. So we still working on the organization with the Historical Society Commission.
Okay. Now, let's see, number 8, community organizations and projects that benefit Prairie View, reduce and eliminate duplication and waste. Anyone who wants to lead this effort, let me know. Or we can just,
And that kind of ties in with water infrastructure and affordable housing needs, wasn't it? Community organization projects that benefit Prairie View, reduce and eliminate duplication of waste.
yeah,
Yeah, that kind of with that.
yeah. We don't absolutely need an answer right now, but
We have a night to where we do the trash pickup. I know the students at one time, we'd put out the dumpsters and they would go through the neighborhoods and pick up the trash.
Neighborhood cleanup.
Yeah, the neighborhood clean. Do we still do that neighborhood cleanup? That would be part of that.
I think we did that in conjunction with the university when they did that Panthers at Work or whatever it was.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that we can look at to
I saw a group of
kind of.
students going through the neighborhood just last weekend, just picking up. This one, but it reminds me of something like with the credit union. If credit union can get like a shredder, coordinate the shredder day, once or twice a year, just as a
Old documentation and
things,
stuff people
yeah,
have to get
yeah.
rid of, yeah.
Okay,
Moving slow, huh?
okay. Okay,
Chemical
All right.
waste too, like oil,
right.
all that stuff too would be good.
yeah. All right, that actually is the last agenda item. I'll entertain a moment to end the meeting.
All right, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that we end EDC meeting.
I second that we adjourn the meeting.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded that we adjourn this meeting that we adjourn this meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, this meeting is adjourned at 8:35.
All right.
All right, thank you, Ms. Haddon and Keith. Oh, so Miss, you need her to submit a, he just hung up, I saw him on it, he hung up at the
Let's
moment.
just
So
send
just
an
call him.
email.
But yeah, send him an email. But Ms. Haddon, we need like your invoice for your work so that Mr. Emery Davis can pay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect right now. Thank you very much.
Our ideas and stuff. Things that you.
Okay. Say what?
They need to know tonight about the flight.
No, I'm saying if you order the